Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Excalibur Roundtable Tech Talk. I am Mike Fuson. This is a continuation of our extended Tech Talk series with our partner AlertOps. I have Cam from AlertOps joining me today. Cam, thank you as always for joining us.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me on.
And Cam, we talked a little bit about what we wanted to cover today, and we're going to take a look at the workflows functionality within the AlertOps platform. Our previous extended Tech Talk series, as we've kind of built up to this, AlertOps has the ability to do the alerting, and we have the ability to consume alerts that are coming from our alerting systems, and then be able to now send out emails and notifications as appropriate. We've kind of covered those things, which is kind of core bread and butter of things that AlertOps is able to do. But that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg. We're really talking about here as we get into workflows, really being able to take some more automated actions that AlertOps is able to do. And in addition, we're going to have a kind of a follow-on to this. We want everybody to kind of catch the next episode because we're going to show how workflows kind of work into overall processes as well. So Cam, I want to turn it over to you, let you take it away, and let's talk about workflows and AlertOps.
Awesome. Sounds great. Thank you, Mike. One of the things that I'm really excited about is workflows kind of expose some of the features in AlertOps and really expose some of the flexibility that the product was architected on. From organization to organization, the word workflow probably has six different uses as well as definitions from team to team and from tool to tool. So, really, today we'll take a look at what a workflow means within AlertOps. So, I'll jump right in and bring you to what an example of a workflow would be within our tool. So, in this case, I have a workflow labeled Notify Manager 1 hour before SLA if not resolved. So just from the name, fairly straightforward, we know exactly what this workflow is doing. It's going to notify the manager 1 hour before the SLA if the alert's not closed. Now, this is just one example of what a workflow is in AlertOps. So when we go down, we see that we have fairly straightforward start conditions. So in this case, I'm checking the status as well as the time before the SLA. And these are both standard conditions within AlertOps. You can also utilize workflows to modify your custom conditions in here as well. So in the case that you're capturing any custom fields from any one of your tools, you can build logic on any one of them to go ahead and execute these actions. So very simply put, a workflow within AlertOps is the ability to evaluate some conditions and then take an action here. So in this case, we see that you can customize the messaging as you would like, as we've seen in other episodes and other modules that we've taken a look at. But once again, really what a workflow is a conditional action. Now, what a workflow can do is what we'll jump into next. In this case, we see that this workflow is oriented towards notifying people. Simply put, in AlertOps, workflows can take two primary actions, which is to notify people and notify systems. So in the case of notifying people, you can send out notifications, receive response actions, and take acknowledgement, etc. With respect to workflows to notify systems, you would have the ability to send over information to a particular system. So in this case, we see a workflow labeled Automation Restart Service. Underneath, we see that my start conditions are based on a mix of custom fields and standard fields. So in the case that the alarm descriptions field comes across as portal server down and the status of the alert is open, I'm going to run an outbound action to call an API and automatically restart a service. So from a standpoint of notifying people and systems, you really can leverage your response process to the extent that your other tools would allow. So AlertOps can integrate very tightly into your existing processes with respect to your organizational structure as well as your tech stack. Now, that being said, another cool feature of of workflows within AlertOps is the ability to chain workflows together. When one workflow triggers and executes successfully, based on the result of that, you can trigger other workflows, which is really where we start to leverage the power of consolidating all of these conditions and building a holistic process, which we can take a look at in a little bit more in the dynamic routing / playbook scenario.
Cam, this just seems like almost beyond belief. So we're able to not only do all of our notifications that are necessary, as we've talked about in previous episodes, and build those on the fly and do everything else. We can pull we can have these workflows also kicking off and doing things like, in your example, something as simple as restarting a service, but also doing other actions that we may need as part of an overall workflow. So you're really starting to build a kind of a cause, and then this would be the effects, or our alerts come in and they say this, and we know that this is something that comes up occasionally, and so we're going to trigger off a workflow, and then we're going to talk a little more about being able to nest some of these workflows together to have it do a whole set of actions, which I just think is really cool, because it does really give us a lot of power just beyond alerting. This is
Yeah,
taking
absolutely.
action based on the alerts that are coming in. Cam, as always, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your knowledge of AlertOps, and showing us some of the capabilities that we have within AlertOps. I look forward to our next session as we dive into taking these workflows really to the next step. Cam, thanks.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike.